Basically what we're doing today, and we're going to keep doing a couple of different types of training coming up, but this one is specifically customer service, and I think that's good for all of us for like all different areas of things. We're going to go through examples. We're going to do all kinds of fun things. So if there's any tech issues while we're doing this, our friends on Zoom sent a message in the KPP chat, and Taylor will be in charge of making sure that something happens to help you, whatever it may be. If you guys have questions, you can put it in, probably in the KPP chat would be easiest, and then we can go through them all together and do it that way. Does that sound good? We should be good to go. Okay, so we're going to start by doing intros, and I'll see if I can get our Zoom girls on first. I'll just start myself. I know we all haven't actually met yet, which is kind of crazy. We have some new faces around, so that's always exciting. So of course I'm Sarah, and I'm our manager here with KPP. I have been doing the princessing for like 2 years now. Does that sound right? I'm not sure how that happened so fast, but I have played a lot of different characters, which has been really fun. Most of the ones that I can play, I've played so far, I think, and gotten to learn a lot from some of our Chattanooga girls. I've gotten to learn a lot from them, who are kind of like the original people with our group, and gotten to learn a lot from Ashley, of course, and then some of our people who have more like performance experience, like Maddie and Katie have had a lot of performance experience, so I've got to learn from them and everybody in between. What else should I say about myself? You guys probably know
Your favorite Disney princess?
My favorite princess? That's a good question, Maddie. My favorite princess is Belle. Although I don't get to play Belle very often because she's a bride girl, and it's sad. But Belle's my favorite. Otherwise, I really like to play Ariel. That's super fun.
How long have you been managing KPP?
I've been managing for close to a year, if not a little more than that. Took that over from Abigail when she moved to Nashville. So yeah, and now I've gotten to get a lot of tips and tricks from Abigail too, because she's living here right now. She's been here to like kind of help with a lot of things, which has been really good. So that's like a big win. Katie, you want to go next?
Okay.
I don't know.
So I am Katie Brazil. It is really weird to think that I've only been with KPP like only over a year now.
I thought you were an OG. I didn't know.
Can you guys online hear Katie at all?
Cute.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I talk loud so it works. Yeah, because I got, the funnest too is I got hired right before COVID. So I got hired and then didn't do anything for 4 months.
Nice.
Because COVID.
Yes.
And I did an audition. What ended up happening is I went to a Dollywood audition, and the old manager, Miss Abigail Blake, was in my audition group.
So you auditioned just unofficially?
Yeah, just for Dollywood in front of Abigail.
Yeah, that's perfect.
And we stole her.
And Abigail and I got to talking, and mainly because Abigail kept telling me I looked familiar, and it turns out I was in her friend's short film, and that's why she knew me.
Okay. I don't know if I knew that.
Yeah, I think I still have a link to it. It's very creepy. She went, "You played the crazy girl." I went, "I did.
Ooh.
I did play the crazy girl who had her friends were mannequins. That was me."
Wow.
It was an interesting short film.
Yeah.
And I was hired for good old pale-faced Snow White, and the first princess I ever played was Ariel.
I love that.
I forgot about that.
Who's your favorite princess?
I think my favorite princess is Anna.
I love that.
I love my girl Anna. And I don't get to play her a lot because I'm tall. But that's alright because Whitney's taller than me, and that's gonna change in 2 weeks.
Perfect. Taylor, you want to go ahead? And Katie, anything else you wanted to say? Share with the class? Go ahead, Taylor.
Hi, I'm Taylor. When did we have that tea party that I helped with? I'm trying to think.
Yeah, you
Last August.
with
That was an Ariel's birthday party.
Ariel,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Mhm.
That was. So that's when I started things.
June,
in
July.
spring.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just helped with that, and then I came on and started being Anna, and I've been Ariel once, I think. So it's been really fun. But my favorite princess is Rapunzel or Cinderella,
Yes.
and something else. But
I love it.
where's Ben?
That's perfect.
Hello, everyone. I am new, so you probably don't know me. My name is Ellie. Hello.
You're so expressive right now. I'm really into it. We'd love to see
Because
it.
I feel like I have ADHD sometimes. But, anyways, when did, it's only been like a month, like
Yeah.
literally, like
Yeah.
not that long ago. My favorite princess is Cinderella, but I also love Rapunzel, and I also love Moana, and I also love Anna. Pretty much all of them. I love all of them. I'm a big Disney fan. I go all the time. I don't know what else.
What princesses are you gonna play with us?
Oh, I was like Belle and Jasmine.
Mm-hmm.
Was that it? I don't know.
I think that's the main ones you're gonna do.
Okay,
Belle and
good.
Jasmine. Yeah. I think so.
Do you have any performance background? Did you say that?
I did not. I have done like school performances, like little plays at school. But besides that, and I've done like piano and singing.
I'm Maddie. All of you guys have met me. I have been with KPP since the beginning, so 2 years. Last year, I was pregnant with my son, so I did very little actual character acting, but I stepped up with Sarah to do management until I had my baby, and now I'm back into the princessing gowns. I love KPP, and I'm excited for all of our noobs, and it's good to see you guys. That's it.
Hi, I'm Rayanne. I'm one of the newer ones too. I was hired like in the summer. So I've met a few of you at like the recent tea party, but I have quite a bit of performance background. I've been performing for like all my life, basically singing for all my life mostly.
I'd love to hear
Awesome.
it.
But my favorite princess is Rapunzel and Anna.
Okay, well, thank you all. And let's start on with our online friends. Will you guys do intros? Mandy, will you start us off?
I'm Mandy. I have been around since the beginning also. I actually auditioned right after Kylie, and she sings like a beautiful angel, and I was like, I am not gonna be hired. But they did hire me. I do Belle, Ariel, and Anna mostly. Well, only those are the only ones I've done, but I have hopes for more. But really, I'm obsessed with Belle.
Caitlin, will you go next for us? I'm just going in order on my screen.
Yeah, and you have your action movie. I'm just gonna take just a few moments. Okay.
Kylie's phone name.
Sorry. Time for watching an action movie.
She's back.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. And most of you who are new, you probably really don't know me. I live in Asheville, so right now I kind of teeter back and forth between Chat and Knoxville, so I don't really get to see everybody very often in Knoxville. For those of you who know me, hi. For those of you who know me, I play Kiki and I play Moana. I was originally hired with Magic Lamp in 2018, so I am OG as it gets. Like I'm old girl here. Hi guys, I'm sorry. I started with Knoxville, literally like right after Knoxville actually started. I was doing Moana, and then we kind of trickled into doing Tiana. She didn't pick up a lot right after we started, so we're kind of just there. My favorite princess, actually, ironically, was always Jasmine. Was never actually Tiana until Tiana came out. All throughout middle school and high school was always Jasmine. But yeah, I do frequent more Tiana than Moana now that we have more girls. And hopefully one day we'll have some more Tianas to join us, because I am the Lone Ranger. But yeah, hi.
Caitlin is Tiana at this point.
I love you, TT.
We love you. Thank you, Caitlin. Abigail, do you want to go ahead next?
I am Abigail, but you can call me Abby, Ginger, Redhead, Merida, I have been called Ariel before Merida, or before Brave came out. My husband calls me wife, but that's kind of reserved for him. I have been with KPP since July, I think.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, since July, and I primarily play Merida because I don't need a wig. I seriously think that was the selling point during my interview process.
Absolutely.
I don't need a wig. But yeah, my favorite Disney princess growing up was Ariel because she was the only redhead in Disney, and she'll always have a special place in my heart for reasons I will not get into, but I do love Merida. She's awesome. She don't need no man. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Abigail. Catherine, will you go next for us?
Sure. So my name is Catherine. I'm with the Knoxville branch, obviously, because this is a meeting for Knoxville. Yeah, but this is I just hit my first year mark here in July. I play primarily Moana, but I do a little bit of Jasmine and Belle. Trying to think of what else I'm supposed to say. It's all just blinking on me. Oh yeah, my favorite princess. My favorite princess is Belle. However, my favorite princess movie is Mulan. I think there's a big difference between favorite princess and movie.
I agree.
Yeah, but is that all I was supposed to say? I think that's all I was supposed to say.
I think so.
I mean, I could say more.
You can say whatever you want, Catherine.
What's your performance background, Catherine?
Oh yeah, I do a lot of musical theater. That was my main focus in high school. I'm at Pellissippi right now getting a BasslerS in vocal performance. So I'm there another semester and then I was going to go on to leave to continue my education. But yeah, I perform here and there and just learning how to do stuff, I guess. I'm figuring it out as I go.
Awesome. Thanks, Catherine. Sydney, hit us up.
I'm Sydney. I have been with KPP since the beginning of KPP. I auditioned the same time as Mandy and Kylie. I play Rapunzel, Anna, and Cinderella. And my favorite princess is probably Rapunzel. But when I was a kid, my favorite princess was Ariel.
Go ahead and go, Kylie, if you would.
Okay, well, I'm Kylie. I've been a part of KPP since the beginning, which was like 2 or 3 years ago? Long time. Yeah, I play Anna and Elsa and Cinderella and Ariel, which was new. That was fun. I definitely like playing Anna the best, but yeah, that's me.
Kylie has
Marina,
a background in...
Hi, I'm Marina. I'm probably the newest member to KPP.
Yep.
I'm 16. I'm a junior at Central High School.
I'm not the youngest.
And as far as performance, I've been performing all of my life. I've been singing since I was 6 years old. I have 2 of my very own singles out on all platforms like Spotify and Apple Music. I have been in a Netflix show with Morgan Freeman.
What?
I'm really big about musical theater and plays. We're actually doing a Disney musical this year, High School Musical, which I'm really happy about.
We've got to all come see it.
And my favorite Disney princess is Rapunzel and Belle.
Awesome.
And she's like by candlelight.
Yeah, you are by candlelight.
Mood lighting.
Maddie says you've got the mood lighting going on. It's so cute. We're so excited to have you as a part of our team as our newest member. And we've got a couple of like new faces right now, which is super fun. And go ahead, Mandy.
Marina, who are you playing?
Did you say that? Belle, Jasmine right now.
Awesome. We've got some new Jasmines, which is like really fun. I'm excited to add you guys in and get you doing some stuff soon. And I think you both are like brand newest girls. All three of you have parties coming up in October, which is going to be really fun. I'm excited about that. Awesome. So guys, I just shared in the group, hopefully like in our KPP chat on Facebook, the presentation. So hopefully that's going to let you view that. Sweet. Okay, so we're gonna go through, we're gonna just like jump right in and get started on all of that stuff. And I'm gonna keep it as quick as I can. And obviously, like I said, if questions come up, send them through the message and we'll do it that way. This is gonna be customer service training. So I think it's super helpful, again, like in all areas of our lives to kind of have a basis on this stuff. And we want to talk about specifically like what we can do as an organization that we can provide like that's unique. KPP is a very unique organization, right? You don't see people joining princess companies every day, and you don't see this kind of entertainment out there in the world either. So we have a unique opportunity to provide this kind of experience. We want to also add the element of excellent customer service into what we're doing so that we are, you know, really getting ourselves out there in a positive light. So some of the things that good customer service can do, great customer referrals and reviews, having repeat customers. We're having some of that finally happening now that we're hitting like into the 2.5 year.
We have that one group of moms.
Yeah,
that,
we have
all of them and their friends do everything we have.
Yes, exactly. So we have that niche group of ladies who they want to be at all of our events, they want to do all of our things, which is awesome. And now we're starting to get people who book us for a second birthday party. Like Lily, for example. We've had 2 parties for Lily now. And we're finally into that phase where that's happening. So that's really exciting to know that we do have repeat customers. Set apart from other companies, I think we all know that the other companies in Knoxville are not comparative to us. And like, I don't say that to be like big-headed or something, but like I really think that we are different from them in a lot of ways, like the quality of what we're providing, all of those things. And we want to make sure that, again, in all areas, we want to be the top here. And yeah, we want to provide an excellent experience for everyone who we serve. So especially the kiddos, because that's the best part of it all. So what we're going to start in, which is going to be, I think, really fun, is we are going to do some examples with text messages. And, you know, I think we all have templates saved that we copy and paste every time, but I think we can all kind of like step it up a little bit on how we're communicating with the parents and like really providing them like a concise, precise message that gets it all through to them. So for written communication, and that's going to be with the parent text message and with our group like team message that I create. We're going to talk through some of that together and do some examples. So this is 2 examples. I want us to point out what's wrong with them. Does that sound good?
I need to see what my phone is.
Yeah, that's okay. So the first message, I'll just read it for us. It says, "Hey, this is Maddie from KPP. I will be joining Elsa at your child's birthday party this Saturday. Do you have questions?" And the parent just says, "Thanks." So, and if you're on Zoom, unmute and shout it out too. What is wrong with that first message? Anybody? Thoughts?
I feel like there's not enough information.
Not enough information, definitely, Ellie.
I feel like it's not very personalized because it's just your child's party.
Yeah, not personalized. Katie, not personalized. Yes. Sorry,
It's
Maddie.
a little too informal. Like, it doesn't have to be a super fancy message, but that's a little...
it's very informal.
Can
Absolutely.
we clarify that these are not actual texts that actually
So
happen?
you'll see at the bottom it says faketextmessage.com. That's because Maddie helped me and we created these fake messages.
I didn't actually send them to parents.
No, that's really important to clarify here. We're not roasting Maddie. So what were you saying, Taylor? Not formal. It's very informal. Anybody else have thoughts on the first one?
I don't like how it says KPP.
Yeah,
I know I wrote this, but
yeah.
When you're messaging a parent, we don't use KPP because that's how we refer to it, but they know us as Knoxville Princess Parties, and it's very important we use our full name.
I agree with that. That helps it to be like memorable, that they know what it is. Maybe later on if you were to say KPP or something, but in your first initial message, because that's what this is, the first message ever, you probably don't want to just say KPP when I use the whole thing.
I think also a thing to add too is instead of just being like, I'm going to be joining Elsa, I'd be like, I will be assisting her, so this parent is like another random adult is showing up at their child's birthday party.
Absolutely. So what is your purpose there? Not just I'm joining Elsa.
I'm coming with Elsa. I hope you're ready for another party crasher.
Yes, perfect. Anybody else?
Also, me being bothered by the fact that punctuation and capitalization and just the format
so
it is not very
bad formatting.
Grammatically correct.
Absolutely. Bad formatting, everything else. So
be professionals.
Perfect. Let's jump into the next one if nobody else has any thoughts there. Okay. So the parent, and this is still, just a terrible, terrible thing. What kind of things do you do at the party? We can do whatever. Okay, well, you send me the options. You can pick from these: face painting, nail polish, karaoke, makeup, anything else you want. Oh, and books. So that seems pretty good, right? Somebody tell me what's wrong with this. I know there's a long list.
So, like, why are we not spelling out the word you? It's like my biggest peeve. It's like, you can pick from these. Like, it's almost as a demand. Like, pick from one of these. Like knowing that these moms literally are just always, normally their two go-tos are, can you sing songs with my kids, and can you face paint? I don't know why face paint's always the thing.
They love it.
Costumes cost way too much. It's just, but we know moms, like, obviously if we know what kind of party it is, we can always draw out maybe some suggestions.
Yes.
Of, like, especially like whoever's doing the party that, that day, like what their strong suits are. Maybe you're not a singing princess. Awesome. Not a big deal. Hey, we can do this with you. What would you like? What would be more comfortable for you? Because a lot of times we get to parties and moms, honestly, they just want to run the show. Like giving them like a whole bunch of like lists of, we've got all of these, choose one. Like that's kind of overwhelming for moms. Like kind of like lining up like a agenda of, hey, this is what we've got. This is what I think would work best. You don't have to listen to me, but we've got this as well. So, it's one of those things. It's kind of like, I don't know, kind of just seems like you don't want to have a conversation with that parent.
Yeah, definitely. So it's like very short, and it's not like being very like respectful or considerate to the parent. It's like, you can pick one, and it's like, okay, like that doesn't really give us anything. What else?
Also texting the parent multiple times.
Yeah, it should open in one concise thing.
That's what I was gonna mention. If personally, when I get a text with multiple options, like from my mother, I would prefer a long text message and one, maybe two notifications versus 6.
Yeah, so all those short, annoying little messages, not super fun. Not what we want to see. Any other thoughts?
Even just before the option, just being like, oh, we can do whatever, doesn't sound very professional.
We can
being
do
like,
whatever.
Like, that just sounds like, oh,
Not
what are you
that
doing
kind
at
of
my child's
party.
birthday party? They are turning 3. Can we?
Yeah, totally. So we can do whatever. That's definitely not like helpful, because first of all, it doesn't give any range of idea of what anyone's talking about, and it's just very broad, and it's, you could say like, there's an assortment of activities we can provide, not like we can do whatever.
I also think that we should do spell check, because that's not how you spell karaoke.
Absolutely. So
It really
karaoke
bothers me very much. There's eyes
so
in karaoke.
Spell things
Audio
correctly.
and video just went all wonky.
Oh shoot.
Hold on. Might have been on my end.
Give me a thumbs up if you are good on audio visual. Great. Okay. Abigail, I think it's you. Can you hear me?
It's always me.
I'm sorry about it.
So harsh. Sounds like
I am harsh. My apologies.
Can we talk about how we do not offer nail polish or karaoke?
Exactly.
Really, truly, those aren't really a thing. If a parent was like, can you do karaoke? Then sure, we can figure that out. But we don't offer those things, so it shouldn't be part of your initial list.
Yeah, so listing nail polish, we do not want to paint people's nails. Do you want to have to get nail polish out of a dress? Absolutely not. So yeah, we don't do that. And also karaoke, not only is it spelled incorrectly, but we also do not offer karaoke. We would maybe say, oh, we would love to sing a song with your child or do a performance, but it's not karaoke. This is not like your 16th birthday, so, you know.
I also think too is like when we know the age of the child, we kind of pick activities around that. For example, we're not going to bring beads to a 2-year-old's birthday party.
Yeah, exactly.
Because those go up noses.
So the range of things that are on there too, it's like just like very like random. Like it doesn't all go together, and it's not, you know. And also like let's assume this is all Elsa, right? So those are not going to be like activities I'm going to necessarily like pair with Elsa. Like you should be thinking about what the character is and what they should do, because we do personalize that stuff. So like when we say face painting, really like when we bring Elsa, honestly we do like little snowflakes and snowmen on people's hands more than anything. We could do face paint, but that's not even really like a first option. Yeah. So
also, it's super unprofessional to send your whole list and then be like, oh, and books.
Oh, and books, yes. Definitely unprofessional. And honestly, these are not, like we said, these are not the activities we even really want to like prioritize. We want to prioritize princess lessons and reading and makeovers. Like those kind of things are more like our niche, what we do. We want to prioritize those things. Yeah, so all around terrible. Anything else to say about this one? Anybody?
I think when I talk to parents about the activities, it's not so much like, or I try not to word it as a, here's a list, what do you want us to do? It's try to make it like, oh, we're so excited to sing songs with your child, and try to make it seem like a warm, yes, how can we serve you kind of thing, not tell me your list and I'll do it. Like,
absolutely.
I think it would be more special and magical if we're already excited to do the things with you that your kid wants. And I always add on, if your kiddos are more active, we can do things, if this fits your location, we can do things like snowman, reindeer, or guppy crab, or whatever we do, like duck goose variations based on the princess. Because some of the parents that I've talked to have been like, yeah, these kids are going to want to run, so you need to have something ready that they're not just doing the whole time.
Absolutely.
So that's another option, because those are so easy, like you don't need anything for them, and if the kids are crazy, like you might just need to go in the backyard and do guppy crab.
I love that. Awesome.
Yeah, going on what Mandy said real quick, you want to word this message to where the kid could read it and it's still special and exciting and engaging. Like you want this to be targeted towards a child too. Because a lot of parents do read their kids these messages. They're like, oh look, Ariel's friend said she's coming to your party, she's getting the address and all this stuff. So just act like you're reading it to the kid, like the kid will be reading it.
So personalizing it and asking the parent what their requests are and like really like giving that opportunity is perfect. Cool.
Along with that, I would say like when you send a list of everything that we do, the parents are always like, oh, all that sounds great. Well, usually we can't do everything. So maybe like also tell the parent like, if you could let us know like the top 1 or 2 things your child would really enjoy, then if we do those and still have time, we can do the other things. But that way we kind of know what to at least start with.
Definitely. That's good thoughts, everybody.
Look at the next one.
Okay, we finished this one. Okay, here are some other examples, some better examples. So I'm just going to read them because that seems like the easiest option. Hello, this is Maddie with Knoxville Princess Parties. I am Rapunzel's lady-in-waiting. I want to quickly confirm with you the details of your event. Is Becca's party still at blah blah blah? And would you still like us to arrive at 4 p.m.? We look forward to making this the best day ever for Becca. Mom says, hi, thank you so much for reaching out. Yes, that is correct information. We say, perfect. Do you have any special requests for your event? Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions leading up to the event. What's right about this? Anybody want to share what's good about it?
She introduced herself and she said Knoxville Princess Parties.
So good introduction actually says who she is, who she works for, what she's doing.
She
Absolutely.
makes it fun.
Confirming the address is really important.
Yes, address
And
confirmation.
I have not done a lady in waiting until Sarah asked me to do one for Anna and Elsa.
Yes.
And to type out a message, it was really good that we did, because the address that came up on the actual map had us going to an apartment complex that had nothing to do with where the house was. The house was
Wow.
literally across the street at the highway.
Absolutely agreed there.
With that, arrival time is super important. 'Cause
Arrival time,
sometimes
yes.
on the form they'll say the party started at 4, but then when they text you, they'll be like, actually, can you guys come early before the surprise party?
Mhm.
Or hey, can you guys come after everyone arrives at 4:30?
Yes. So confirming the time so that, because yeah, they do change their mind, things might have changed, and honestly, some of these people book their parties really far in advance, and things do change. So confirming, and I think that's another reason why the address is important. They may have put in there that they're gonna have the party at their grandparents' house, and then they change it somewhere else, you know? So we wanna make sure we're confirming all of those details. And I don't think I said it out loud, but Ellie, you were saying that it's fun, and that's exactly right. So this message is, you know, it has the formal language, it has the details, it has, you know, confirming everything, but it also brings
It's
that
in
extra
character.
element. It's exactly, it fits the character. So Rapunzel's Lady in Waiting would be somebody who is ready to have a great time, gonna play with the kids. Rapunzel's the kind of character who is in the floor playing with the kids and doing everything they do and like having the time of her life, right? So her Lady in Waiting would be
The best day ever.
yeah, the best day ever. Exactly. Anything else of what's right here? Any other thoughts?
They mentioned the child's name and like ask, is there anything special that you would like us to
Yeah,
do?
so Rand's saying they mention the child by name, so it's personalized, and asking, do you have special requests? Absolutely. I think that's probably like plenty on that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Formatting, you can just tell it's so much more information, and yet
Yeah.
it's still concise and to the point.
Yeah, so a lot of information, but still concise. Yes, absolutely. The mom says, what stuff do you do? And can you sing? I want to make sure I get my money's worth. Y'all are so expensive. That is legitimately a message that has, in some variation, come through. So a great answer to this would be, absolutely, I would love to outline the activity options for you. Typically, we will do things such as makeovers for the birthday girl and her guests, princess lessons, book reading, and more. Are there any activities you have in mind that you would like us to include? Not all of our princesses sing, however, we can make sure that the actress attending your event is prepared to sing if you'd like. And the mom says, that will be worth the money? So in that first message, notice, we didn't address the finance question. We just basically told them what they're getting. And so she asks again, and we say, I can assure you that we provide a unique experience with high quality entertainment and top-notch performers. Do you have any further questions about our services? So this, answer, this Q&A, whatever it is here, it's, at first you're kind of, okay, we can skip that aggressive question of like, you're expensive. Because is it a question? No. It's just a, like...
Passive-aggressive remark.
Passive-aggressive remark, yeah. So rather than like initially just addressing that, we kind of provide, okay, here's what we're doing, here's what we have available to you. And this is a detailed message, but I think that that's what this parent would want in this situation because they're asking like, well, is this worth it? So I think providing details there like makes sense. Anyone else, like what's good about that one?
Well, they don't send a lot of, like, a big list.
Yeah, so no big list of messages. It's just all put together so that it's, again, concise and not annoying this parent. Because, if you have a child under 6, you're busy enough, right? So, I assume anyway, I don't know. Anybody else? What's good about it?
I'm cheating because I wrote it, but, even once the finances are addressed, we don't say anything about how expensive we are. Mm-hmm. Because one, we're expensive because we're worth it. Mm-hmm. So you don't have to defend that. And two, we as princesses don't set the prices. So that's not on us at all.
Mhm.
That they shouldn't be asking us that question at all anyway. So if you can address it without addressing it, do that. And if they get more aggressive, I would send it back to management personally. And I would say, I have no problem hooking you up with our manager if you'd like to discuss this further. Because if somebody needs to say, sorry, we're worth it, if you're not going to pay it, sorry, then
absolutely.
It doesn't need to be you.
Yeah, that's exactly
So,
right.
They're kind about it, they address it, but they don't directly say, like, we're worth $200 because we do all this stuff. Like, don't address that like that. If you need to pass it back to Sarah or Ashley, do it.
Okay. Just like tagging onto that, any time when you're doing messages, when you're dealing with these texts, because it can, I think, sometimes be like overwhelming of like all of a sudden there's all these questions coming from a parent. You can either send messages, screenshot and send it directly to me to help you with it. I love whenever girls will send like, hey, this is what I'm going to say to the parent and let me review it for them, because proofreading is never a bad plan. And especially some of our newer girls, like, you'll notice that I'm going to directly ask you, like, hey, send it to me first, right? And that's just because you're new to it and I want to help you and I want to make sure it like comes through good. Let's keep going so we're not here for 16 years. Okay, and so a little bit more with group messages. So we have a couple of examples here. So, hey girls, this is your October 10th party text. Here's your cast list, blah, blah, blah. And then whoever's the lady in waiting responded. It's Mandy. She said, I will text the mom this Saturday once we get a week out. What does that say? Once we get a week out, so we are a week out.
Oh, LOL. Sorry, y'all.
Maddie did a beautiful job on this.
Good old fake
You did such a good job with your fake text messages. It's okay. So, that was so funny. I'll text the mom this Saturday, blah, blah, blah. And everybody's saying thank you to each other. And Mandy says, I texted the mom and she's super excited about princess lessons but wants to avoid makeovers due to COVID. Can we add tattoos instead? And I say, yes, thanks Mandy, I'll add extra books as well, and girls get ready for extra long princess lessons. So in that message, we're really like touching all of the details. So we go to the next one and I say, here's your November 1st message, blah, blah, blah. Mandy and Katie, too many people with similar names. So Katie is responding here in this fake text message and saying, hey Mandy, we need to leave Sarah's at 2 o'clock to arrive by 2:30. That means I am planning to meet at Sarah's at 1, so we have a full hour to dress. And Mandy is responding and saying, perfect.
I just think from both of them, the most clear group messages that you're going to be involved in have over communication. As a lady in waiting, it's really important you know what's about to happen at the party, but it's super important your princess does too. So as you're communicating with the mom, just like that first example, telling everyone else like, hey, this is why we're not doing makeovers. Mm-hmm. Hey, we're going to do this instead is super, super important, because the most stressful parties I go to are the ones that I don't know what's about to happen. Yeah. Because the lady in waiting hasn't communicated with me, or because the mom isn't communicating with the lady in waiting. And so making sure your whole team is on board is super important. Mm-hmm. So absolutely. That's with when to meet at Sarah's, but it's also with what has the mom been saying, what's the mom's expectations, what am I walking into?
Yes. And I think it's just reassuring to everybody, and myself included too, as, you know, management here. I'm in all the messages and so is Ashley, and, you know, that's because we want to make sure that everything is getting done and like done well and done in a timely manner. So reassuring us that I don't have to worry about what's happening like is super helpful to me, not having to worry about their so we are in those group messages with you guys because we want to like be checking all the details, making sure everything's happening. And it's reassuring, I think is the word I want to use, for us to like hear that, okay, like all of these things that
the lady in waiting has texted the mom.
She's got it together. The message went through. So it's just helpful. And I will always be like, hey, did X, Y, and Z happen? Because at the end of the day, like, it does fall on me to make sure that everything is done. So anytime you guys can just reassure that you have done what you need to do, I really appreciate that. I appreciate knowing that it's happening and that everything's coming together there. So let's jump back over to our slides.
So is the lady in waiting like the assistant?
Yeah, the party assistant and the lady in waiting are the same thing.
Okay.
So we kind of go back and forth referring to them in different ways, but basically the lady in waiting, like that, like, and that's kind of like that, the dress, the black and white dress, that's used more with like our princesses who are more like maybe
Posh.
formal,
Yeah.
the older princesses. So, you know, Cinderella and Belle and Rapunzel, like, they're fancy princesses. They're gonna have a lady in waiting. But like Moana is gonna have like a party assistant. So kind of we go back and forth between that stuff, and we can be flexible with it. So I usually call myself the lady in waiting to the parent, just because it's like fancier.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
It feels more fun. So we do that way. Awesome. Good
It
question.
keeps in with the magic rather than being like, I'm the assistant.
I'm an assistant. Yeah, it's much better to call it a lady in waiting. I like that. Okay, so then our follow-up message example. We definitely always want to send a follow-up text, and I will always remind you guys, but also if you've already done it, you can say, hey, I sent the message, which is super, super helpful. So following up, and this is a good example of a follow-up. I'll just read it for you. We were so glad to be a part of such a magical event. Thank you for having us. If you wouldn't mind filling out this customer review, we would love to hear your feedback from today. Hopefully we were a success in making this the best day ever for your child. Whatever the name is, put that there.
I said Evie, for Evie.
I couldn't read it. I'm
No,
squinting.
it's for Evie.
Forever is what I read. And I was like, forever, for Evie. And then sending through that link. And the mom says, you guys were amazing, thank you. Yes, I'll fill out a review. So we want to get those reviews. It's just super helpful. And I think this gives that parent like that final little touch of like good customer service and knowing that like this wasn't a one-day thing for them, because we do like develop a relationship, I think, with all of our clients. And so follow-up message, definitely important. I do recommend that you save a follow-up message in your phone. Notes are really helpful. So put that in and save it in your phone with all your different templates. I would like to eventually put all of that, also like some examples for people, into the big group. I just haven't gotten there yet, so that'll happen one day. Awesome. Okay, verbal communication. So this, I'm going to pull Maddie up, and we're just going to, you can probably actually stay there so you can hear, they can hear you.
Okay, that works.
So Maddie, be the parent.
Be the
And I just arrived to your party, and I'm your lady in waiting.
Okay.
And just, what's something that the parent
Sydney
might say?
says we're gonna get kicked off in 8 minutes again.
Thank you, Sydney. We're almost done.
All right. Hey, Sarah, right? So I was texting you this week. All right, welcome. Hi, welcome to the party. What do you guys, what do you need from me?
Awesome. We're so excited to be here. Notice how frantic Maddie sounds? That's exactly how frantic moms are whenever this fancy person arrives at their house. Thank you so much for having us here today. We can't wait to get started and make this a special day for so-and-so. We would love to get started with some of our activities. What if we start with princess lessons today? Would that be okay?
Yeah, that sounds great. That sounds great. Where do you want to do that? Here?
Let's, maybe if you have just like an open space that you want to have it.
Okay, perfect. Let's do it in the living room. Will the living room work for you?
That sounds great. Let's all go to the living room, and I'll make sure to facilitate this. You can just sit back and enjoy it, and we'll be working with the kids.
Oh, okay. That sounds wonderful. That sounds great. Thank you.
Anytime while we're having this party today, feel free to just come up to me, and I'll be checking in with you a couple of times and making sure that everything that you want to happen is happening. But of course, as we go through it, please feel free, just stop me and we can chat and go through any questions you have or anything you want to make sure that we do today, okay?
Oh, awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, so, okay. In this language, we're doing formal language. We're thinking about who's the audience. So this is a stressed out parent, right?
Yes.
So instead of being just as frantic as she is, we're going to take it down a notch and stay level-headed and say, we're so excited to be here. We're going to ground the conversation. And we're also matching up with who our character is, who we're with, right? So let's say, again, like you're with Rapunzel. That's going to be a peppy lady in waiting. That's going to be somebody who's, again, not you're not playing Rapunzel, but you're with Rapunzel. So match that energy. If you're with Belle, she's going to be calm, demure, you know, and the Lady in Waiting can do that as well. Just kind of having a little bit of those characteristics jumping in as well. As the princess there, the princess, you know, also wants to greet the parent. So, you know, Belle might say, oh, bonjour, it's so wonderful to be here with you today. I can't wait to go through and have all these fun activities, you know, whatever she says. But, you know, the princess should also be engaging with the parents at that time. Okay, what makes KPP different? I think we all know there's a lot of things that make us different from other organizations, but a couple of things I just want to, like, let's just talk it out and share with each other. We have an assistant at every party, and I think that's pretty awesome. So we are sending somebody there. Nobody's ever going to a party by themselves. And they always have somebody that they can, you know, rely on and like have to support them during the party. I really think that's been a great change that we've made, and it's been helpful. So when we started, we weren't doing that, and this change has been like a big one that I think made an impact. And I think it allows us to provide a better customer service experience like we've been talking about. Personalization. And don't be afraid, like, if you get a message asking for, like, something, like, weird from this parent, not, like, weird, but, like, something like, oh, well, can you guys actually do, you know, can we all paint pumpkins together since it's going to be fall? Like, you know, we can do different things. So anytime, like, you get something like that from a parent, just send it over to me, and I can help, like, plan and coordinate that. But we really want to offer a personalized experience. So anything like that, personalized, that we can do, super helpful. And you're part of this as princesses, as Lady in Waiting, is to really, like, make those magic moments happen by, okay, coming to me and saying, hey, this is what they asked for, and I can do what I can to actually make some of those things happen. So that gets us through our basics of customer service training, which is wonderful. And then I guess we'll just open up for if anybody has questions. So anybody who, you know...
Anyone on Zoom first, because we can continue
Zoom
once
folks, do
that
you have
cuts
any
off.
questions you want to ask or comments to make? No. Or if you don't have questions, you're welcome to depart from us.